I think Photoshop is one of those tools that seems really scary at first until you understand how easy it actually is. Now, I'm not the best at Photoshop. I definitely cannot composite a photo and make it look like I'm in outer space, but there are some things that I use pretty much every time I open it, and some things that I think even if you're an absolute beginner, you should know how to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you guys 3 Photoshop tips that everyone should know. Now, the first tool that I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of, even if you are new to Photoshop and know like literally zero, you have heard about Content Aware Fill. This basically allows you to cover up a portion of the image by using the surrounding area to cover it. Now, in simpler terms, basically, if you have a hole in your backyard, like a little dirt hole in your backyard, and you want to cover it, you can use the dirt around the hole to cover it up and make it look like there's nothing there. That's basically what Photoshop does. If you have like a blemish on skin, it uses the surrounding skin texture to cover it up and make it look like there's no blemish at all. That's the really simple way of describing it. Now, there's a few ways to do this, and I basically only do it 2 ways. One is to get rid of like people, blemishes. Another way is to fill in different sections of a photo once I get done cropping and I realize that there's still some sections that I want to keep adding. So the very first way, and there's 2 ways to do this as well, getting rid of blemishes, getting rid of people, there's 2 ways. One is with the lasso tool. Now, if you want to go with the lasso tool, all you have to do is open up the image that you want, push L on the keyboard, and make the selection. Whether it be a person, whether it's a blemish on your face, you're gonna make that selection. Now, once you get done, you're gonna see that there's these little black and white marching ants, little thing marching around the selection that you made. Once you see that, you're gonna click Shift and Delete. And once you do that, you're gonna see this menu pop up. Make absolutely sure that Content Aware Fill is selected, not solid color, not background, because we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to fill the selection with the surrounding area. So Content Aware Fill is clicked, make sure you click OK, and just like that, the correction is made. Now, the second way that you can get rid of blemishes or people is using the Spot Healing Brush. Now, once you click J, you're gonna see the Spot Healing Brush open, and make sure this is Spot Healing Brush because there's 3 different options in there. There's the patch tool, there's the Spot Healing Brush, and another option. So make sure that the Spot Healing Brush is selected. Now, once that's selected, very similar to what we were just saying, you're gonna wanna go to the area that you really want to get rid of, a person, a blemish, a light pole, whatever you want. You're gonna zoom in on it, and since you already have the Spot Healing Brush open, you don't have to press Shift and Delete. Once you click on the object that you want to get rid of, it'll automatically be gone. Now, the good thing about this is that you can click and drag if you want to get rid of like a circular thing or something like that. If the selection is too hard for you to make with the lasso tool or anything like that, the Spot Healing Brush does a better job of giving you versatility, which is really great. Now, the second way that you can get rid of things is using the marquee tool to fill in something. So let's say you have a flyer, which I've had to do this a lot. You get a flyer, but you want to crop it for Instagram, but once you crop it, you realize, ooh, this does not fit the aspect ratio that I want. No problem. Go into Photoshop, load it up, push M to open the marquee tool, or however else you want to make the selection that you need to fill in. And then you're going to click and drag the area that you're going to want to fill in, and click Shift Delete again. Content Aware is selected, click OK, and it'll fill in that area. I use this so many times, it's not even funny. It is very useful. Now, the second tool, albeit not necessarily the most professional or fun tool to use, is the outer glow effect. Now, you've seen this in so many YouTube thumbnails, product thumbnails, like pretty much everyone and their mom uses this. It's like the default like reaction, you know, thumbnail effect. It's really easy to do. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's very useful to know because people are probably going to ask you how to use it, or you're going to use it at some point. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First thing you're going to want to do is load the image up, obviously, and make sure that you know exactly what you want the outer glow to be around. Once you do that, you're going to go at the top where you see the little tabs, and then click Select, and then under that click Subject. You can either do this, let Photoshop pick the subject that you want. It usually does a great job at this. And then you can make little alternate selections and take out little parts if it didn't do a great job. Or you can manually do it yourself with the pen tool, with the lasso tool, or with any other tool that you would like to do. This is just the way I usually do it. So once you select the subject, you're gonna wanna push Command J on the keyboard. And what this is gonna do is duplicate the selection that you just made on its own layer, which is really, really important. Now, once that selection is copied, you're gonna wanna go down. Under the layers, there's gonna be a button with an FX symbol. You're gonna wanna click that and then click on Outer Glow. This is where all of the adjusting happens, and it's really straightforward from here. You can adjust the color at the top to whatever you want. The spread and range adjust how feathered the glow will be, and size adjusts the size and range of the glow. Very simple, straightforward. Pretty much everyone uses this, and I still think this is a really good effect that you can use for some of your Photoshop work. Now, the last tip, and I think this one is the most fun and interesting to look at, and that is the text mask. This is basically where you have the subject and you have it looking like the words are behind them, or that the words are somehow in the picture. It gives it like a really nice depth 3D effect. Really, really easy to do, and it's very, very similar to the very first tip that we talked about. So just like before, you're gonna wanna click select, then your subject, Command J to give it its own layer, and then you're gonna wanna Command T to add text. Type in whatever you want, and then make sure once you're done editing the text that you click and drag the layer under the selection copy. What this is gonna do is bring the selection copy in front of the text and make it look like the text is actually behind you. Now, there might be a faster and easier way to do this. This is just a way that I've been using for a long time, and it seems to work really, really well, so take it how you want it. But yeah, guys, those are the 3 tips that I have for you guys. Really, really easy and straightforward tips that I think pretty much everyone should know, whether you're a beginner or an expert. Really useful tips for Photoshop. But that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys liked the video, make sure to go down below, click that like button, turn it blue. If you guys are new, click the sub button, join Innovation Nation. And just like always, I see you guys in the next one.